Hey guys, what's up? Green Machine Sam back with another video, and today we have another episode of Tennessee Titans franchise. We are at the Houston game. They are 3-10. We are 8-5. As you guys can see, this does not reflect real life really at all. The Titans being 8-5, the Colts being 10-3. The Colts being 10-3 could actually be realistic if Anthony Richardson could have stayed healthy all year. I think if they would have had their number one quarterback all year, I definitely think they could be top of the division right now, especially where they're at with just Gardner Minshew. Now, that's no slight towards Gardner Minshew. He's still a pretty good quarterback and could be a very, a serviceable starter. I just don't think he's anything special. And I think he knows that. The joke is that when he was in college, he tried to break his own hand so he could get a injury red shirt 1 year and stay in college another year. And he couldn't break his own hand with a hammer or something like that. And, the joke was, he doesn't have enough arm strength to break his own hand, so he won't have enough arm strength to throw a football. I went ahead and did practice. I figured if I get a dev trait, I'll show you guys. Didn't get a dev trait. It's not really worth showing you guys at this point anymore. It's still the same 6 people that we've been using. No new injuries to report either. Chig is still out, and we do still have a couple guys on injured reserve that I don't plan on bringing back at all unless absolutely needed, like Daniel Brunskill. That would be the main person I'd be looking to bring back. Jordan and Urban won't be back. They just won't have enough time, I don't think. Now, we do still have 4 games remaining on the season, which is still a good chance for us to try to get up to that number 1 seed. But with losing a lot of our games in the division, it's going to be tough. It really is. We are taking on a divisional opponent. We do have them twice in the next 3 weeks, so we'll have them in Week 15 and Week 17. The playoff picture, I think we were last seen as the 7th seed. We probably are the 6th seed now. Yep, so we are the 6th seed going into this next week. The re-sign period, same goes as always. It's Shair and it's Tart are 2 big options. Everybody else I would probably let walk going into the offseason. Upgrading players, we do have Monty Rice's upgrade here. I am going to go pass coverage here, just mainly because if I don't plan on using him sometimes, I hope he can cover just a little bit better. He already does well in coverage, and he does well in the run-stopping unit. He plays well above his overall, but it will help us out. I don't have any depth chart changes or anything like that, so let's hop into the game. Here in Tennessee, Tennessee Titans are taking on the Houston Texans. We don't really need to look at the stats. We'll show stats at the end of the season, so we'll skip over that part. Will Levis comes onto the field for the first time today as the offense will get set. 1,220 yards, 10 touchdowns, 3 picks, 73 for 123. Not too terrible. He has played well up to this point. We still need to get him going as Will Levis gets under center. We're going to go halfback, stretch to the right. We're going to run towards Will Anderson here. Hand off the ball to Spears. And Anderson able to shed and bring us down after 3. 2nd and 7 now. 9:48. I know it's the start of the game, but one thing I am looking for is consistency at the quarterback position. Will Levis has played really nice, but he has had stretches where we do go quietly, and that's just not something we can continuously do, as we do face better opponents throughout the season. Now, granted, we are going against the 3-10 Houston Texans, so we do have a little bit more leeway, in my opinion. As the play breaks down, Will Levis, get rid of the football. No. I just figured anybody on those curls is going to get jumped if I try to throw that ball. I got to punt the ball away, 4th and 15. They brought the ball back up to the 49-yard line. CJ Stroud, another rookie quarterback. This division's really full with a lot of young, active quarterbacks. And with Stroud and Richardson not getting injured in the game, these teams will have a better shot of developing right away. Going to bring Josh Thompson down. He's going to come in on a blitz. 1st and 10. They're going to hand off right. Caleb Farley and Monty Rice can't get there. Damian Pierce going to try to strip the ball from him. Can't quite get it away from him. 1st and 10. Down at the 25-yard line. 26-yard rush there for Damian Pierce. Starting off strong. Something I wish we could get going, but Jeffrey Simmons breaks through. That ball is arid. Out of bounds. CJ Stroud. Roger McCreary tries to come back and make a play. Can't quite get there. 2nd and 10. Play some more man here. I have to drop back on this safety. I don't know where McCreary is at. He's nowhere near his man. Who is that? 13? Is this before Tank Dell got moved to number 3? It must be. The Tank Dells were in 13 in this universe. Like I said before, I do plan on restarting this franchise in terms of like getting the franchise reset and get all the bugs out when the end of the season comes. So some players' overalls will change, but for the most part, I am going to focus on our players being the correct overalls. I'm not just going to let players get free overalls here. CJ Stroud, I try to come off because I'm like, okay, he's going to run. And as soon as I come off, he goes to throw the football, and I'm like, fuck, he's going to dump it to the running back, and I'm going to be nowhere over there. 3rd and 11 now, though. Get on shot. Nope, I guess I'm not playing Jair this time. I'm going to play Tart. Club. Get through. There's a sack. Tier Tart. 4th and 18. They're going to have to kick a field goal. They will go up 3-0 here early in the first. And we can't punt the ball correctly, and we don't get going on offense. That tends to happen. Marquez Stevenson fumbled on the kick return. Kyle Phillips eventually does fall on it, but we will start at our own 19. Can hit him immediately with a play action. Burks could be open right here. Play action fake looking. I'm going to try to hit him, and just a little overthrown. Not particularly great there. I'm going to go with this slot deep here right now. Let's see what D-Hop does. And Will Anderson's coming through. Fuck. Dude, I forget that sometimes I don't have the speed that I'm normally used to, whether it's because of my Broncos franchise or because of Will Levis not being as fast as Malik Willis. Jesus. There's nowhere to run there. 3rd and 26. We're going to go to play action. This could be risky here. Step up. Just going to loft one, and it's going to be picked. I thought that maybe if I used Hopkins, I could get there. And they'll take it all the way back down inside the 15. Holy fuck. This game has gone from bad to worse just in a matter of seconds. 1st and 10 now. If the defense can come up clutch again and hold them to 3, we could be in a very good spot here. Josh Thompson and Jeffrey Simmons combine on the tackle there. 2nd and 9 now. So, 2nd and 9, we're going to run this cover 2. I'm going to play in a QB spy. Hopefully be able to control the middle of this field. He just throws the ball away. 1 for 4, 14 yards there. 3rd and 9 now. Got to come out and play strong here. Cover up this tight end wide receiver combo over here on this side. Gonna throw the ball away again. He just has nowhere to go with the football right now. 4th and 9 now. 1 for 5 through the air. CJ Stroud. Defense has come out pretty big so far. I mean, they've given up a couple yards here and there, but nothing too, terrible. I don't think it's really them. We gave them good starting field position on both drives. They almost started in our territory both times. They were 1 yard away from starting in our territory both of their 2 drives. So holding them to 6 total so far here is very, very good. The defense has come to play today. They are slowly becoming better. The defense still isn't all quite there yet, but the unit has become a better overall unit. Wesco is now down. Cool. We just keep losing tight ends. So Wesco looks like he'll be out for a little while. Drac Driscoll is in now at that 3rd tight end spot. We'll have to go into the depth chart and get rid of Wesco and bring in the 4th guy. I don't even remember who it is right now. Oh, we don't have a 4th tight end. I chose not to pick one up because I decided to keep Chig on the roster. 2nd and 6 now. We're going to hit Burks underneath. He's going to catch, run, break a tackle. Up to the 36 now. Treylon Burks, I think, needs to be a pivotal part of this offense. I think he has to be more involved every single week. But it's hard to get him the balls. He doesn't have the greatest hands right now. And sometimes it's hard for him to stay on the field. 1st and 10 here. Fuck. Will Anderson's going to have himself a day on Nicholas Petit-Fier. I tried to step up. I was looking at Josh Wiley going over the middle there, and I chose not to do anything about it, and I could have tried to give him the ball, seeing if he could win his one-on-one. Spears, though, picking up almost the first down, 3rd and inches now, 4 for 27. He also has to be a big vocal point on this offense. I don't love that he has to play almost every snap now because of the 3rd down and the regular back, since we don't run a whole ton of power looks. Gonna hit Burks immediately. He holds on to the football. Derek Stingley right there, 19 yards now. 2 for 4, 19 and a pick. DeGuara in now with Wiley as well. Snaps the football. DeGuara coming back across the middle. He's open. Hit him. Picks up the first. DeGuara. Josiah DeGuara. Thought he was going to be something special for the Green Bay Packers, taking over for Robert Tonyan. Green Bay thought otherwise and decided to release him. And there's Jonathan Grenard. No, that's not Grenard. Is that Jonathan Cooper, the Bronco and Ohio State Buckeye? Is that where he's from as well? 2nd and 23 here. Going to send Spears on a wheel route. See if a linebacker gets matched up on him. Shitty ball thrown to Wiley, but Wiley does come up with the catch. Nicholas Petit-Fier is already sick and tired of having to deal with Will Levis. He will come out of the game. I mean, not Will Levis. Will Anderson. 3rd and 8 now here. So Jalen Duncan's going to be over there now. Dropping back to pass. Kyle Phillips on this out route. He goes up and makes a good fucking play on the ball. I thought that was an overthrown ball. He makes a hell of a play. Kyle Phillips. He's sneakily good when given the opportunity, but he just doesn't have the athleticism or the catching ability, I feel like, to really be a starting caliber wide receiver at the moment. Now, you could say we could go towards Julio Jones or one of these other guys, but I think it just makes more sense to play with the young guys at this moment. See what we have in our roster. 2nd and 7. Play action fake. And they're just sending pressure. Josh Wiley, though, that's a catch. Broken tackle. Down to the 2. 6 for 8. 76 yards. 59 yards total if you take away the sack numbers. 2 receptions, 38 yards for Josh Wiley. He's played well so far. And I feel like we couldn't get a Quanko going in these rates. But then again, when I'm having to throw shitty balls up in the air and hope Josh Wiley makes a play, I mean, I didn't give a Quanko a whole ton of those balls. I'm going to go read option here. Now, we're just going to hand this ball straight off. No reason not to. Weak box. If they're going to come out in that weak box, only 3 down linemen, only 5 guys in the box, I'm going to run the football. Touchdown Tajay Spears. He'll just walk into the end zone, basically. Rushing yards pretty similar. Only 6-yard difference. It's really coming into where the pass yards are coming from. And C.J. Stroud, nothing going there. Blitz coming on. He has to get rid of it fast. And just slightly thrown to the outside. This wide receiving course kind of scares me. Now, of course, this isn't the wide receiving core that we come to know for the Texans of Nico Collins, Tank Dell. So, we are a little bit in better shape than what we should have been. Granted, they're injured at this point in the season. At least I know Tank Dell was, and then I think Nico Collins actually went out in this game. 3rd and 7 now after a dump off to Damian Pierce and a tackle. I motion him out. Going to have to play man across the board here. Monty Rice is just going to have to guard the... Elijah Molden, though, comes up with a little bit of a hit. The wide receiver drops the football. Robert Woods there. We'll bring up 4th and 7. We'll get the ball back here with only 40 seconds off the clock. Marquez Stevenson back to return this punt. Start one way, go the other way. He just doesn't quite have the speed. I think I'm too used to my guy in my Broncos franchise. 9:02. Tajay Spears, 6 rushes, 32 yards. Just over 5 yards a carry. I'll always take 5 yards carry. 5 yards carry is my goal and my set standard that I like to set for myself every single game. If you can get 5 yards a carry, you're in excellent starting position. 6 yards there. 2nd and 4 now. Gonna go with this 0-1 trap. I really like trap plays. Except for we're not trapping anybody on this. Hopefully we can get all these blocks down. Gonna still go with it. Jack Driscoll coming in motion. Gonna have to be the 3rd string offensive lineman. Jalen Petrie tackles Spears after a 3-yard gain. I saw that the left side was open, and I thought that maybe Petrie would get held up just enough that I wouldn't have to worry about him. I'm gonna swap these plays around. We're gonna motion Wiley out so we can get this edge on the read option and not the linebacker. He stays, but Will Anderson comes in immediately and smokes the shit out of Spears. 4th and 2. Line up to go for it. See what we have, and then if anything, call a timeout. I'm going to go 5 wide here. Kind of want to go with this Wildcat and see what we can get if we line up correctly, and we don't. I don't know why I keep going back to it. I know somebody's going to say something in the comments, be like, why do you keep going back to it if you know it's not going to line up correctly? I don't know. I'm hoping Madden isn't just a big bag of dumbass. That's the main thing, I guess. And with that, I'm going to have to punt the football away. I just can't trust myself right now. We're up by 1. I can't give them excellent starting field position for the 3rd time today. I think that's the main thing we have to focus on there, is if we give them excellent field position for the 3rd time today, one of these times it will come back to bite us. So we're just going to go ahead and punt the football away. They're going to take the ball at the 13. It goes out of bounds. CJ Stroud, we've been able to get to him all day for the most part. We're going to continue to try to do that. The defensive line has done a lot of the work just with this 4-man rush. I know this Texans O-line isn't particularly great in any situation. Dalton Schultz there on that corner route. It's 1st and 10 now. 6:48 slowly clicking. Handoffs Pierce, and Harold Landry will come up with the tackle for loss. 5 for 27. He still has a good average. He just hasn't gotten anything going since that big rush to the outside on that halfback stretch. 2nd and 12 now. We're going to be manned up on Pierce here. And McCreary gets burnt, and there's Tank Dell. And McCreary just doesn't quite have the speed to catch. Kevin Byard slows him down, tackle down. 3 for 9, 95 yards. If he's not completing passes, that's one thing. But when we can't cover a guy and he goes for big yards, it doesn't matter if we're making CJ Stroud throw bad balls. If they're going for fucking 60 yards per reception, it won't change how the game is played, really. Gonna bring everybody down. No reason to be standing, 6 yards in the end zone, in my opinion. It's easier to be able to come drop back and make a play on the ball than it is to try to come up and make a stop. It's just my opinion, though. I'm going to go to this zone. I don't trust my edge rushers in man coverage here. Tackle Pierce, for the love of God. 3rd and goal now, all the way up to the 4-yard line. He just was not going down. I'm stuck on Shair. I'm going to have this tight end here. And he just burns me. I thought it was an out route. I tried to set it up to where I could break as soon as he breaks and try to jump the football. But Shair just doesn't have great change of direction. So we have plenty of time to really salt away if we need to run the football. There's Spears. Open lane. He's going. But who is that? Is that King? Yeah, Desmond King. I think later got released by the Texans and got replaced by somebody else. Good run there, but just didn't see the other guy coming. I was trying to stay away from Stingley as best as possible. Snap the football. Nobody really coming open that I like to throw to. DeGuara I saw on that end right there, but I had already made my decision to try to run. 2nd and inches now. 107 total yards. Not bad coming into this half. Gonna run towards DeGuara's side. I trust this offensive line over here just a little bit more. DeGuara gets up, gets the block. There's Spears taking it all the way down to the 19-yard line. 11 for 86. He gets going so easily. And he feels a little bit faster than what his overall rate, than what his speed rating is, in my opinion. I don't know if anybody else feels that way about some players. Gonna drop off to McKinnon. I guess he's the fullback for the day. I don't love that. I'm going to go in and change that. Yeah, okay, 2nd and 7 now. A little nump off to McKinnon. We do have Haskins in now at fullback. So we will see him some today. I might even put DeGuara there. See if when we run those one tight end, 21 personnel, then at least or is it 12? I forget the number system. Is it tight ends, then running backs, or is it running backs, then tight ends? 3rd and 6 now after our stuff. We're going to take this down to the 2-minute warning. And we'll go ahead and play some ball here. Here in Nashville, Tennessee. Right? They're in Nashville, right? They're not in Memphis. They're in Nashville, right? Or close to it. That's technically supposed to be their home. I do kind of like Burks on Stingley here. Make him run a comeback. Wiley, I don't love being matched up man-to-man. And with the linebacker and safety over and under on him. Phillips, I think, will be too hard of a ball to fit, but we'll try something. They play zone. Wiley, end zone, touchdown. No, he didn't get his feet in? Really? Didn't get his feet in, and we'll bring up 4th and 6. 1. Nope. Didn't get his feet in. Wasn't even thinking about it, and just no touchdown. Gonna have to settle for a field goal. Too long to go for. 1st and 10. They're gonna drop back to pass. Looking underneath is Tank Dell again. Monty Rice, Shair both come up with the tackle. 5 for 11, 104. Like I said, if we can't hold them to the low yardage when they do make these receptions, forcing incompletions doesn't really help us at all. It still helps us, don't get me wrong, but it's like if we let up, we're letting up 20 yards per, completion, or we were at least, basically, was the average. It doesn't, help us at all if we're still letting up those big gains. 1st and 10, 56 seconds, slowly ticking off here. Robert Woods underneath. They go with a timeout now. I don't really understand that logic, especially if you're going to run stuff over the middle. 52 seconds remain. We get stuck on man-to-man coverage on Dameon Pierce. And they run crossers, and Caleb Farley trailing his guy, able to stick his arm back out, get the deflection on, I don't even know which wide receiver that was. 3rd and 5, 49 seconds. If we can come up with a stop here, we would definitely have a chance. And every time I get stuck in man-to-man coverage, I think they're running that little up and out route, and then they run a wheel route, and I'm stuck in coverage with a shit backer. Like, no offense, Monty Rice, you're not great. I'm going to look to replace you at least. And just nothing going there. Letting the time tick by. Guess they figure that they're basically in field goal range and they don't need to hurry up with it. Tank Dell not being able to hold on to that ball across the middle. 15 seconds. You do have two timeouts. Two timeouts? You have 2 timeouts here. 2nd and 10. You can look for stuff still over the middle. Gonna come down, protect this underneath stuff. Caleb Farley sees Tank Dell go back to the ball and just doesn't go back for it. 6 seconds now remaining now. They took too much time off the clock. I think you still have an opportunity to go for a touchdown here. I guess that's not how they feel about the situation. I would have went for a touchdown. You have 6 seconds. You make a quick throw. You give your biggest, baddest receiver a chance. You put Nico Collins out by himself. You put Noah Brown out by himself. You go, hey, one-on-one opportunity. I'm throwing you the ball. Stevenson, I'm not going to let return. He's not going to take it anywhere. He just hasn't had many opportunities. I don't want to just give up, but I don't think any pass play will result in a touchdown. So we're going to run the ball and bring Burks in as an extra blocker here close. Get something going. Spears, no. He'll pick up 5. That doesn't really do anything but add to his total. We'll go into the locker room down 16-10. Close game here. Low scoring game at that, too. They have just passed the ball so well. We've ran the ball well. 16-10. Not a bad first half. Okay, 1st and 10 in the 3rd quarter here. They're going to start off at their own 25-yard line after taking a knee in the end zone. 1st and 10. Got to slow down this passing game. But we still got to make sure to shut down this run game. And I don't know where Harold Landry is. He should be squeezing that tackle's ass. But if you don't know, edges, when your tackle goes away from you're supposed to squeeze down and basically be on that dude's hip so that if there's a cutback or if the ball's coming your way, you can, make the tackle. He's just not there and gives up a big run. 2nd and 11 now. Kevin Byard comes up, makes the tackle. Like I've said before, if you guys want me to trade Kevin Byard to the Eagles, that's fine. But I'm going to go get more value. I still don't understand why they traded him. Like, literally a week after they traded him, they were still just like, oh, well, we still want to compete in the AFC South. We still think that we could make a playoff run. They aren't, if you don't know that already. But it still makes no sense of them trading him off, especially with years remaining. It would have been more understandable if they were like, hey, we're going to trade off guys that are on one-year deals. And that's why I always hate when the trade deadline slowly comes around in the NFL. And people are like, oh, well, you should be expecting guys with 1 year left on their deal to go. It was like 2 guys with more than 1 year went at the deadline, and they were like the first 2 guys to go, and Kevin Byard and somebody else. And then, yes, more near the deadline, yes, more 1-year guys went. Montez Sweat, Chase Young. Fumble, but Devin Singletary able to hop back onto that football. First rush for him today. I wouldn't be surprised if that's one of his last rushes that he'll get a chance at. 2nd and 2 now. Handoff right side. Joseph Asai can't make the play, but Buddy Johnson does. 3rd and 1 now here. 10 for 51. They definitely got Dameon Pierce going here early in this third. I don't know why Shire would be so close to the line here. Play action fake, and they're going to come up with a sack. That's Harold Landry on the sack. Don't even know what number that is for him this year. I know it's not particularly high. I'm still probably going to be looking to trade him just with the amount of money he's due. And, I know I just talked about how, at the trade deadline, everybody always wants to talk about the 1-year guys getting traded. It just makes sense to trade Harold Landry. He's a decent edge rusher in game, at least, in terms of overall. He should be able to go help somebody right away and get the money off of our books and start the rebuild process a little bit better. This year, we are being kind of competitive just because of where the roster currently is. I know we had Derrick Henry and we traded him off. And I know that D-Hop has sat down with the coaches and asked to be traded going into next year if we think that the team isn't going to be there in terms of, the competitive balance that we're looking for, whilst also trying to build this team back up. 1st and 10 here, going to hand off Spears left side, halfback zone, cut up through the hole. And then his speed just comes into play. He has such good acceleration, such good quickness, but his top end just isn't quite there, I would say, to really make those breakaway plays. A lot faster backs would make that play and be able to get through that hole, get up to the 3rd level, and even maybe into the end zone. Breaks a tackle. He's still going. I mean, it's not like he's bad. 15 for 126, that's not bad at all. It's just there is particular times where, we hit those holes, we find open areas, and, if he had speed, we could bounce through and up all the way into the end zone and just can't get it done. 1st and 10 rush here. Gets another 14 yards. 16 for 140, 150 rushing yards on the day. Sorry, there's a fucking loud-ass car going by my house right now, which is awesome. 1st and 10, Hassan Haskins on the field. After Tajay Spears gets a little tired, we're going to send him on a little bubble. We're looking for Burks right away. And Stingley makes a great play. He just doesn't quite stay in bounds. The momentum takes him out. I saw the inside corner slowly go with him, so I thought maybe I could fit that ball onto the outside, and I just threw it too far outside. And Derek Stingley comes up with a play. Elijah Molden not quite there on Dalton Schultz. Jeez, are we really going to lose to the 3-10 Texans right now? That's insane. This is really going to hurt our playoff standings if we do. Down 9 here late in the third. 2nd and 3. They're going to throw the ball underneath. Monty Rice just doesn't come up quick enough. 13 for 21. So, yeah, after starting 1 for 5 and 2 for 7 at one point, 2 for 6, he slowly bounced back. And Molden gets beat again. Tank Dell there. Tried to go for the strip, and he just doesn't even animate there. 1st and 10. Jesus. I don't know what to do in terms of this passing unit. I could bring Chris Harrison full-time. I could bring Jordan Lewis in full-time if I really wanted to, but that's more like if injuries happen. And wow, we get burnt, and Robert Woods into the end zone. And run a wheel route versus cover 2, which means he's going to take that short zone out to the sideline, cut up, and boom, he's going to find a hole right in between those guys. Hole shot down the sideline. They're going to go for 2 here. Wow, they're really rubbing it in. Fuck you guys. Watch for this pass underneath. And just can't get there. Caleb Farley makes the diving play, but Nico Collins still makes it in. And off to Tajay Spears. Hassan Haskins blocking. Tajay Spears, one of the only bright spots of the offense so far today. Will Levis, not a great game. I know one of the balls was on me more than anything. Well, both of them were more on me than him, but still doesn't make it suck any less. Got to keep Driscoll in. He won't be able to catch, so there's no point in making him running a route. I don't even know if I can throw to either one of the guys that have the question marks. We're not even going to try. 7 for 12, 79 yards. Besides that one drive that we went down pretty easily on, just nothing going in the passing game. Hassan, we're going to have you run this out route to the other side. And, yeah, fuck. Yeah, so this wasn't a good game for me. I'm going to be real. That's more on me. I'm looking at Josh Wiley on that corner, and I realize he's not going to be open. So I immediately check down to Hassan, and I don't see King getting ready to jump the football. And I immediately throw it to him, and he just jumps it. It's all on me, really. I'm gonna be honest. This game's on me more than anything. It's not the offense. It's not the defense. It's not really anybody but me. We've given them the ball in excellent field position 3 times. We just threw a pick 6. Stuff's eventually gonna happen. We can't continue to do that and shoot ourselves in the foot. But you know, you're gonna have a dud game every once in a while, and this just happens to be one of them. Marquez Stevenson, I thought I saw a hole, not quite getting up into it, but I'm not gonna take Levis out. I'm gonna continue to run with him. Hopefully we can get something going. Hopefully we can bounce him back just a little bit. 1st and 10 here at the 29. Burks underneath catch. Brought down 8 for 14, 3 interceptions. Yeah, just all 3 of the picks are on me too. It's not like Will Levis is missing targets, for example. If he was missing targets, I'd definitely have a problem right now, but it's more on me than anything else. DeGuara ends up catching the football, throwing a dangerous ball there. That could have easily been jumped by Ward if he tried for it. They're going to challenge, apparently. I thought it was a pretty good catch. I didn't think anything of it. Yeah, ruling on the field is upheld. We go back to this 0-1 trap. That D-tackle is just far enough over that we should be able to trap him. I don't know if it will, though. Bring Driscoll in motion. If they come down hard, we can bounce to the left again. They do. D-Hop not quite getting his block as fully as I wanted him to. 18 for 179. Yeah, Spears, amazing day. Just, when they slowly start to stack the box, I do have to go to those pass games, and it just hasn't worked out for us as much as I had hoped. 1st and 10, hand the ball off again. I was hoping that hole between Dillard and Skaronski would open up just a little bit more so I could fit myself through it. Didn't really want to bounce to the outside, and that's the reason, because I figured that one of the corners would come off almost immediately if I did that. And a motion Wiley across, motion him back, see if the defensive line shifts again. And get him up to that second level. Spears again. Just bad pursuit angles there from Jimmy Ward. Al Woods now down. Older defensive tackle. Red zone halfback success. We're going to go with this. We're going to motion Phillips across. Get him going. Back across the field. Wiley underneath. Can't hold on to the ball. Jalen Petrie forces the incompletion. 2nd and 10 now. Yeah, I don't know if we have the level of pass catchers that I want right now. I really don't. Or maybe it's Will Levis. I don't know. It's just something's not right. And then there's the edge rushers, Jerry Hughes and Will Anderson, beating both Andre Dillard and Nicholas Petit-Fierre's back in. So Can't blame it on Jalen Duncan being just like a not great. Kyle Phillips. I think I might have had Burks on the sideline, which is deeply upsetting now. Let me go with this stick look. I kind of want Hopkins just to run this slant anyway. And we'll take it down to the end of the third. 4th and 2 now. Probably go back into that empty look, see what we can get there, but yeah. This game has not gone in our way. Spacing switches here. Gotta go fast, though. Will Levis scrambling. He can't get the football. If we recover it, though, we have a first down. Technically not how that rule is supposed to work inside of the NFL. When you fumble, you're supposed to return the ball to the spot of the foul. But we do have 1st and goal at the 7. 1st and goal here. We're going to keep Driscoll in. Play action fake. Rolling out. Going to run with Levis. He can't quite get there. Down to the 1, though. We have a chance to slowly make a comeback here. 9:15 remaining. 2nd and goal. 9 minutes remaining. Haskins in for the touchdown. See, we're down 24. If we go to 18, and we're only down 16, right? Yeah. So it makes sense to go for it. So spacing switches under center, though. I think Hopkins is going to be my main target here. Hopkins. 2 points. Let's go. Tank Dell, 5 for 126. Will they continue to go through the air and go to what they've been having success with, or are they going to slowly try to run this football and drain this clock? They're going to run the ball here on 1st down. Jeffrey Simmons breaks through. They didn't double team him up to backer, which is kind of strange to say the least. The only defensive lineman that we really have on this team that's worth a damn. Still not getting going. Molden here. Come up, make the play on Dalton Schultz. He just couldn't figure out what he wanted to do. Elijah Molden comes up with the tackle. 8 minutes now remaining. 3rd and 9. 5 for 75 for Dalton Schultz. Dropping back into coverage. Shair with the pick. It's overthrown. Caleb Farley. That's a pick 6. And instead Caleb Farley gets in the way. Go Y corner here. Send Phillips on a return route. Really wish you could do return routes kind of like Kansas City did in the Super Bowl. Motion Burks in, get him going. Phillips underneath. Catch, run. Out of bounds. At the 9. 7:42 1st and goal. 11 for 18. 3 picks. Will Levis slowly coming back. Slowly proving that he's still worth something. Got to get into the end zone here, though. Handoff. Spears. Breaks out of an arm tackle. 199 yards. We have a chance to really send a message here. If we had more time on the clock, we could really get Tajay Spears going. But he's in for the touchdown. His 2nd touchdown of the day. Got to go for 2 here again. And you go the stick. Gonna just keep Spears on a smoke screen. Worst comes to worst, we just throw it to him and hope that he wins his route. And Wiley can't hold on to an overthrown football. No! So now we're down 10, so it's still a 2-possession game. So we really have to get going here. With every possession, we need to come up clutch. If we can hold them to a field goal, it still remains a 2-possession game. If we let them score, it will be tough. It will go to back to a 3-possession game once again. No, Brown was just tackled at 7:01. First and 10, 7:01 remaining. Like I said, do they go to this run game and hope to pick up some yards and drain this clock a little bit better? They did just throw an interception, so that might change a lot of their decisions that they were making. 2nd and 7 now with Dameon Pierce, and it's kind of weird seeing Dameon Pierce now that Devin Singletary has proven to be such a good back for Houston. Gonna snap the ball. 2nd and 7. Devin Singletary only a yard here. Tank Dell now down. He's holding his back, probably, and now his wrist. Okay, all types of stuff that he's holding. You can hold my fucking dick. I'm just kidding, by the way. Chris Harris, we're going to bring in on a blitz. See if we can distract the tackle. He can't get the ball to Mechie. That's 4th and 6. This Texans team, I can see why they're 3-10. They struggle to finish games. That seems to be the case anyway. 4th and 6 now. They're going to punt the football away. Marquez Stevenson. Back to return. There's nothing going there. Up to the 35, though. Decent starting field position. Will Levis just needs to come out and play. I know he hasn't gotten a touchdown today, but when we're that close to the end zone, there's no reason to go away from what's working, which is the run game. Spears to the outside. Hopkins with a block. Spears up the sideline. He could be gone, and he is. Touchdown. Holy fuck, we are fighting back right now. If we don't have full momentum, I don't know what will get us full momentum. 34-30. I'm going to kick the field goal. We'll only be down by 3. And if we can hold them to a field goal or less, we'll still be in an excellent position to go win this game. 6:03 remaining. We have come back. That's insane that I took a wham play, bounced it, and happened to get the edge and gone. 1st and 10. They're going to drop back to pass, cover this underneath stuff. Can't get the ball to Robert Woods. Wow. 2nd and 10, 6 minutes left. Gotta play good. Like I said, we can bend, but we just cannot break. We cannot let up a touchdown. Anything other than a touchdown will be fine. They're going deep. Thompson not in position, but Mechie can't come down with the football. 3rd and 10. C.J. Stroud makes a good throw and a smart throw, and Mechie just can't come down with it. That's going to be tough. And he overthrows Noah Brown. Noah Brown beats Roger McCreary. They only take 15 seconds off the clock. Wow, that's a tough situation to be in. Only 15 seconds come off the clock. No first downs. And your opponent being down 3 with all the momentum now. Marquez Stevenson up to the 31. 267 rush yards for Tajay Spears. He has been a monster today, and we're going to continue to go to him. Don't go away from what's been working. I tried to bounce it inside. I thought Will Anderson was going to shed just a little bit easier. So I figured get away from him as quickly as possible. Play action fake. We got Phillips on the sideline. Catch. 2 feet down. 12 for 19. 143 yards. And this is what I've been saying. I don't need a quarterback to be the most spectacular guy. I just need you to make plays when I need you to. And that is exactly what Will Levis is currently doing. 5 minutes remaining. Halfback draw. Up to the second level. All the way gets 9 yards. 276 now here. We're going to go halfback slip screen. He still has a little bit more stamina to go. Let's get him out into space. Get some blockers in front. Not too many defenders to really do anything. There's nothing really to do there. 3 defenders, 1 offensive lineman. You make a guy miss, but could end up losing the football. 1st and 10 here. Gonna have DeGuara coming down and across, actually, instead of going to that out. I'm going to get these guys spread out just a little bit more. I need a route going the opposite direction. Nothing going. Step up, run. Will Levis down to the 27-yard line. 4:02 remaining. Close PA sale. Could work here with DeGuara. Play action fake. Looking. DeGuara. 1-on-1. Throwing the ball up, and it's knocked away. Petrie comes up with a nice play. Knocks the ball away. 13 for 21. Will Levis. 3 interceptions all on me, though. 2nd and 10 now. Can run Spears on this wheel route. If he gets matched up with a bad defender, he could be open. Wiley underneath. Catch, run. Gets close to the first down. 3rd and 1 now. We're going to try to run the football. Pick up this first down. Milk this clock away. And if we play our cards right, we might be able to score with just seconds remaining and be able to walk away with a victory here in Nashville. Halfback Spears. Stretch to the left side. 1st and 10. 278 on the ground. 26 rushes. You might say that's a lot of rushes for a guy in one day. It definitely is, but seeing as he wasn't the lead back all year, he definitely still has the legs for this late in the season. Missing last game too with Hassan Haskins being able to run the football like he did last week really helped as well. 1st and 10, halfback stretch, Hassan Haskins, zone to the left, behind Dillard, 2 for 14 and a touchdown. I'm going to milk this clock a little bit now. We're going to go no huddle. I mean, not no huddle. We're going to go chew clock. Maybe if he'll let me. I don't need to go for the end zone right away. We're going to milk this clock down to the 2-minute warning. We're going to force the Texans to step up and make a play. In real life, the Texans would probably be considering right here to let us score a touchdown. They would only be down 4, and you'd possibly give your offense a chance. If that would be me anyway. Okay, had to take a break, so we are back now. Back in Nashville at Nissan Stadium. Up 34-31, down at the 4-yard line, 1st and goal. We have 3 turnovers, they have 1. We're looking to score here. We got to go ahead, but I do want to take my time as well. Run the clock down. I don't really want Spears to go into the end zone. I wanted to at least take it down to the 2-minute warning. That would only give them 2 timeouts. I'm happy sitting here and maybe even taking a knee and pushing it to 3rd down once the clock does run out. That is something I am willing to do right now. So we're going to go into special teams. We're going to go over to QB Neal. Once the clock does run out, which we'll hop into a formation to speed up just a little bit faster. I'm going to take a kneel after the 2-minute warning. That'll take 40 seconds off the clock, and they'll give us a down. But then again, that does make it kind of risky, because then we are looking only at 3rd down to go in and score. Whereas if we take the 3 points on 4th down, it still gives us at least a tie. Okay, down at 1:20 now. Timeout screen, 4th quarter, 34-31. It is 3rd down. We could go to the air. It would have a higher success chance. But we ran the ball so well, I don't think we need to do anything special here. I think we just need to go, hey, we've won all day. Let's go ahead and win right now, right? I think that's one of the big things that we have to understand here is we've won all day. We've continuously won. We've ran the ball very well. They're not stacking the box all that heavy. If Dillard and Wiley get good push here, Spears could have this edge pretty easily. Let's go. Cut up into the end zone, touchdown. Now, I could have easily probably dropped down there and said, hey, we're going to take another 40 seconds off the clock. But in minute 17, the defense has played well here in the second half. Full momentum. I think it's our game to lose at this point. If we lose this game, that's more on us than anything else. I played the kickoff so goddamn perfectly. I took Josh Thompson, I ran him down, and he fucking flew through them, and we were able to get him down at the 14-yard line. Jeffrey Simmons comes up big today. First sack of the game. They're going to let the clock run. I was trying to get to Osai. I ended up on Tier Tart. Figured get Osai going. See if he can help out. McCreary knocks it away from Noah Brown and Lucas Patrick. The center now down. 3rd and 16. This is 4-down territory, of course. It's an injury timeout. They're supposed to lose a timeout. It won't matter too much. They only have 2 timeouts, so it's not like if they turn the ball over, it's not like they can, have another drive. And Osai with the safety. That will end the game. Joseph Osai with the safety ends up winning us the game on a sack. On 3rd and 16, we come all the way back. I know we've had some high-scoring games. I'm going to try to work that out in the offseason and get sliders set up even better. But as of right now, what a game from us. Coming back down. 3 turnovers by Will Levis. Not a strong game through the air. Ended up playing good defense there in the end. And we will run out this clock. We're going to actually just go to QB Neal here. I hope they don't start calling timeouts. It would be kind of annoying for them to do so. If they do, then I'm going to start running the ball again, forcing their hand. They're going to call timeouts. Okay, then I'm going to go run the fucking football. I'm not going to sit here and lose out on a bunch of yards because these guys are being jackasses. I'll put, a bunch of people in and we'll go play football still. We still got 36 seconds. They got a timeout, so we'll at least get a run one time. Hassan Haskins here on the edge, getting 12. Desmond King now down with an injury. 31 seconds. We did end up going out of bounds. So they were able to save their timeout, unfortunately. So I guess that is one thing that we do have to keep in mind. We need to stay in bounds. So if anything, lose a couple yards. Don't go for the big play. Just make sure we go down. I'm going to run it one more time. I don't feel like messing with Will Levis's numbers anymore, which I know he doesn't have many numbers to speak of anyway. But I figure with the fact that they're going to call timeouts, I'm allowed to run the football. But with that, we are going to win 40-34 as long as we don't fumble here on this next play. Jack Driscoll in motion. Going to run this power. Well, this trap play again. Spears actually goes up the middle this time. And Spears will end with 30 carries for 296 yards and 4 rushing touchdowns on the day. What a game from him. It's insane. It really is. I don't want to see if I can get this play off. I don't think I will. No, I will. The Traylon's going to get a rush. Not much going, but he does get 6. So yeah, this was an absolutely crazy game. It's going to take me a minute to edit it just for the simple fact that there was a couple parts where I had to get up and go do something, and I left the recording going, so I'm going to have to trim a lot of the fat off this video. But what a crazy game. Will Levis not having the greatest game. Now, I will say, of course, it was all on me more than anything else. It wasn't on Will Levis. It was more on me than anything. But still, we went out, we competed, we got the job done. Not a whole ton of receiving stats to go around here today. Will Levis, 14 for 22, 3 interceptions, 162 yards. His completion percentage wasn't bad. It was mainly just those 3 picks that really killed us today. Tajay Spears, like I said, 30 rushes, 296 yards, and 4 touchdowns. That is crazy. He only had 3 rushes over 20 yards as well. So now, of course, if you get 10 rushes of 19 yards, they're not 20-plus yard runs, but they're still very big gains. Will Levis, 6 for 25. Haskins, 3 for 28. And Treylon Burks, 1 for 6, of course. At the very end, we decided to give him a carry. Receiving, Kyle Phillips, 4 for 52. I don't remember getting him the ball that much, but okay. Josh Wiley, 3 for 47. Treylon Burks, 3 for 25. Josiah DeGuara, 2 for 25. Tajay Spears, 1 for 10. And Jerick McKinnon, 1 for 3. So like I said, not a whole ton of receiving stats to go around. There were a couple sacks given up by Dillard and Petit Fier and Josiah DeGuara. It must have been plays that we kept him in to help block. Sacks go to Joseph Asai and Tier Tart, Jeffrey Simmons, and Harold Landry. So we get 4 on the day, 1 for each of the defensive linemen, and then a pick for Azeez Al-Shaair there at near the end of the game to really turn this defense around a lot. Ryan Stonehouse had a punt twice. Marquez Stevenson got 8 kick returns and 3 punt returns. Nothing going there. But very good game from us. The defense played pretty well there in that second half. The offense, even after the struggles of throwing the ball in that beginning quarter, really got going with the rushing game there in the second half. I'm going to get some screenshots. We'll end this video. Okay, back at the main menu. So yeah, we are now 9-5. I think we currently don't hold any of the tiebreakers with both the Jags and the Colts currently. So that is a bad thing. We're going to sim this week. So let's go ahead and sim. We do have some upgrade players that we'll show in the next week, but I do want to get to the Seahawks week, and Okay, at the Seahawks week, they are 5-9, so they are not super talented right now, or at least they're not in the playoff hunt currently. We do take on the Texans again. So this could be a chance for us to really get going and have 11 wins going into that final week. And if the Jags lose one of their next 2 games, this could be what puts us over the edge. Now, we do not have the tiebreaker with the Colts, so we would need the Colts to virtually lose out and for us to virtually win out to really get. They would have to lose at least 2 of their next 3 games, and we would have to win at least 3, and we would have to win out to take the division, and we would need the Jags to at least lose 1 of their games, I think. And then we would have to, at least 1 of their games that's not against us anyway. So we would have to win out. Jags would have to lose at least 1 game that is not against us, and the Colts would have to at least lose 2 games for us to take number 1 seed in the AFC South. But that brings into the question about the other teams. Of course, you got the Bills, the Ravens, and the Chiefs all up there in the standings as well. So we would virtually need all these other teams to lose at least 2 of their games, which I don't think will happen. So I don't think we could get to the number 1 seed. So either way, we won't be getting the bye, I think, but we will at least have a chance to win the division, which then results in, home playoff games, of course. Few weekly awards. It should be Tajay Spears, 30 rushes for almost 300 yards, 300 total, ground yards. Yeah, that's going to win you AFC Offensive Player of the Week. Desmond King with 7 tackles, a pick, and a touchdown ends up getting him the AFC Defensive Player of the Week against us. So they do end up getting that, but then again, they would probably be much more happy with a win against their division rivals. But them being 3-11 will help out their draft status going forward. Like I've said before, we will probably be restarting the franchise when we get to the offseason in terms of restarting it so that the draft players aren't funky. So I haven't even really been scouting. I'm not going to show you guys anything. This is going to be more about the in-season stuff currently. We are in the playoff picture. Last we checked, we were at the 6th seed. We have not moved yet. Of course, we will have to beat out the Jags to get up to that 5th seed. The Chargers are the 7th seed as well. So we're looking pretty good. We do have some upgrades. We'll take care of that in the next episode. We do have a breakout running back as well. Players are ready to negotiate. I think I might show what I plan on offering for the other players, and then I'm going to manage staff upgrades. I'm not going to show those because you guys probably don't care enough about those right now. But did Wesco get injured is a big question as well. Wesco is not injured, so he will be back this week. He'll be back playing tight end, of course. Nobody else to really note. Chig will be back in 2 weeks, so we will have him back for at least the Jaguars game in Week 18. With that being said, guys, if you guys enjoyed this video or any of the videos here on my channel, I'd appreciate it if you guys stick around and subscribe. Wow, I just noticed that DK only has 56 receptions for 600 yards. So I wonder if he's missed some time. But like I said, if you guys enjoy this content or the content here on my channel, I'd appreciate it if you guys stick around and subscribe. I'll be back with more videos like this. But with that being said, guys, I'm out. Peace.